Well done. That's pretty conclusive, I'd say. Though, I do wish that she would have been more straightforward, given that, well, to be fair, we don't even know where those orders came from.
Viper.
At any rate, I believe we have enough information to hold a vote. Eric Crook looks back over to the defense. Is that agreed?
Well, I'd say that we have enough for a vote, but depending on the results, I might have maybe one more thing to say.
If you wish to say it now. Unless the vote is tied like it was before, this is final.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. It doesn't need to be said unless the vote comes out a certain way.
Say it,
But-
Sebastian.
Well, issue here. He doesn't deserve to be in hell for any reason, even if you want to pull back those blame shifts to the others that are responsible for his current situation and what he did. Even without that, Ishu himself probably thinks he belongs in hell from what I've seen and heard. Because he knows that what he did was wrong, and he honestly feels terrible about it. To the point that, well, I can't tell you the specifics of it, but I know for a fact that in a situation of life or death where his team was in danger, he'd risk his own life to save them. Even with no guarantee of success.
Bosco can be confirming this, yes? Bosco has been working with Issue in the past, yes?
Well, I would like to have an actual... I would like to have another to corroborate this. Bonita, you find yourself on the stand.
Bam!
Much for dramatics, don't you think?
There is also the hero license test, but
Like I said, not going to talk much about it. Not supposed
sir.
to.
Bonita, do you believe that Issue would lay down his life for yours?
I don't know. And I don't care.
I mean, that's a fair response.
damn.
To be fair, you be picking's bad number, yes. She is newest.
She's like, I fucking. He's got to look like I let you live in my home.
Betrayed for the second time.
Damn.
Fucking women.
Because it doesn't matter.
She's going somewhere.
Change anything about or his situation. So again, I don't know and I don't care.
Eric Croc nods. And you find yourself back in your seat. Kare.
Man, the two people that would speak for me, Bluebeard and Scott, aren't fucking here.
Finally, I guess. Hello there.
Hello. Tell us, what do you think of Dante?
Well, as I'm bound to tell the truth because of your bullshit rules, well, I don't know much about him. He seemed like a decent guy. He helped us out a lot. He threw himself on a fucking bomb that was pretty crazy, I guess. Or, to be exact, he wanted to disarm it and then nearly died. That was kind of stupid. Well, he can fly spaceships. I don't know, what should I tell you? I'm knowing him like a week? 4 weeks? I don't know. Not keeping track of time, but...
Do you believe that he would give his life up to protect yours?
Well, I mean... Look, I don't know how this works, so... I can't say that I can say definitely yes, because I'm not 200% sure, but I guess. He could. If he wants to.
Allow me to rephrase the question for you. If it came down to it, would you trust him to save your life with his own if it really needed to be done?
As much as I hate him right now, he's part of my team, so yes, I trust him.
And with that said, you feel like you're free to leave this stand. You're probably going to be forcibly pushed off if there's not any other questions.
I
Well-
open up a portal for him back to his seat. Just
Before
because I don't like
leave-
Eric Rock teleporting people.
Before I leave, is it really worth the time talking hours about one soul? I mean, aren't there like wars and stuff? And I mean, every second there's hundreds of people dying. What about them? But that's just my thing, so I'm going, I guess. I'm porting back.
Sebastian, you actually know the answer to this question.
Time works differently in hell, doesn't it?
Yes.
I bet, yeah.
And on top of that, these devils, with the exception of Bosco, everybody that has been named a devil so far, this is only an aspect of them.
Oh,
Their
that makes
entire
sense.
being can be split into many hundreds of thousands of others.
I'm gonna fucking throw change in an industrial fan if I get put in hell.
What?
Sorry, please continue.
Like, incredibly suspicious. This End woman has not spoken this entire trial.
It's the woman who owns my soul. Why would she have anything to say?
Wait, who owns your soul?
The chicken black down there. The yawning abyss.
The yawning, yeah. She is a.
The hot one.
She looks like she's like a 10-year-old's face with like a black robe.
Like,
Do you antlers?
like I said, the hot
Long black hair that ends in magenta.
Into hell, into hell, into hell, into hell.
The long black hair that ends in magenta colors, and she also has like massive like cricket legs. That
one.
standing, she's roughly like 8-9 feet tall.
Like I said, the hot one.
No.
Bosco be having question.
Cricket legs.
And I raise my hand again.
Everyone looks to you.
Yes, you in the back?
What?
Who
What
goes to
claimings
front?
does she be having to issue soul, yes?
Oh, I was the one that killed him.
How does that mean you have his soul, yes?
Because I caught it in a net. She pulls out like a bug catching net.
The irony? There's no one else. No.
Bosco
No,
be okay
that's-
with this, yes?
That's how you catch souls. Souls have a really hard time going through strained objects.
I know, but
There's like
It's weird because they can go through doors. I don't understand it.
there's literally like thousands of ways to catch a soul, but an actual bug catching net is really effective.
Okay.
Oh god.
Are there any
So,
other witnesses
What
that you
Bosco
wish
be
to call?
understanding is you be taking his soul, yes?
Well, I was the one that was responsible for having him tortured, and the value of his soul was mine to control.
Where is his soul now, yes?
She points over at him sitting there.
Sebastian points to his left.
He raises his hand.
I open up a portal underneath of issue and I drop it onto myself. There, Bosco be taking it. Now it's Bosco's, yes?
No,
Yep.
Bosco. Once a soul is owned, you can't claim ownership of it again. Good try, though. I like the attempt.
So am I just sitting in Bosco's lap?
Yes. The Yawning Abyss takes out a fishing pole, like flings the end of it to where it just like snags on.
I open up a portal in between the fishing pole and him and send it reeling back to her.
just grab her own soul.
She grabs like the cloak, and just like looks at it, unhooks it, Let's reel back in.
Wait.
This
Don't-
place.
don't
You be seeing Bosco's point, though, yes?
This place is a fucking joke.
Well, yes.
There's a
No,
reason the
kind of.
first law was put in place, and a reason why I still argue that Ishu's soul shouldn't be claimable, given that he didn't die naturally. But that's neither here nor there. I think we're past that point.
Enough of this. The King of Hell snaps his fingers.
I put
Bosco-
him back. I teleport him back.
Yeah. As you go to open up the portal with the King of Hell's enough of this, Issue has already appeared back at the table.
Thank you. He is uncomfortable.
Is the exosuit. Nothing I can do about it. Sorry.
Oh, perhaps
You
I
can
can
take
see.
it off.
Yes.
Bosco like to be breathings, yes?
Well,
Breathe.
just
You're in
hell.
hold your breath.
I take off my helmet. Can I breathe here?
Yeah, actually.
What does Bosco look like? What does that
Alright.
bitch look like?
Oh yeah!
So as I take off my helmet, you notice that it's human-esque, but it's definitely got like sharper features, the higher cheekbones, and it's a little scalier in texture. He's more reptilian. His eyes are still very human-shaped, though they have the reptilian-style slits, and his hair, for lack of a better term, is basically a long series of like almost dorsal spines that cover his head that are almost hang down like dreads.
Issue leans over to Sebastian. Don't this kind control the U.S. government?
No, that was a theory. Turned out to be false, but I wouldn't put it past them to have at least a couple of people up there.
Brutanians are terrible at the runnings of governments. Yes, we not understand any
Oh.
of it.
So the current president is one. I see.
Bosco not be sure actually.
I'm actually looking into that for you. I'll let you know how it goes.
Well, if I
Does that mean
I
that
think we have good chances.
does that mean that the government is run by Scalies?
Bosco not me knowing what scaly is. Yes, Bosco
it's
is
people that
scaly,
like
yes?
to dress up as lizards and fuck each other.
As everyone knows, fairies and scalies control the bureaucracy of the United States. Actual aliens are few and far between in there, as they don't see a point to it. The King of Hell says.
I don't blame them. Ugh.
Agreed. Yes.
Wait, so is it canon that the guy who caused a fucking demon to destroy most of Europe was a furry?
Probably.
You don't know much about him yet, actually.
Motherfucker.
Are we like? Are we done?
Yeah, cool, okay, let's just get to the end. Let's see how this goes.
If there is no other questions, we will begin with the voting. And with that, a wall of lava pops up. What did you
Ooh,
say,
Bosco be liking the theatrics.
Bonita?
Ah,
What did you say?
I didn't hear what happened because my connection kind of shut
Oh.
itself.
A
Wall of
wall of
lava.
lava pops up between y'all and the judges.
Ooh.
So, the King of Hell says, we have a moment to discuss before the final voting takes place.
Bosco like to be starting this off with. Bosco very much be enjoying this. Yes, it's very new for Bosco, so it's very fun experience.
Thankfully, this seems to be a one-time event. I would hope that Zaza does not choose you again.
Well, Bosco be giving Zaza her card, so maybe we be working together in future, yes. And Bosco also be giving you each Bosco's card, yes? Everyone receiving one, yes?
He takes a finger and points at you. Bosco, whenever you leave Hell this day, I condemn your soul to never step foot in my domain again.
Bosco is saddened by this, yes. Bosco thought we were up on good page, yes, but okay, Bosco accepted, yes. You are king, Bosco think that mean you are higher than me, yes? Bosco's still not sure on titles and all things like that. He's not a brute send thing, yes.
I would kill you if I was not so sure that you would stay here.
Can
At any rate.
are we putting this agreement in paper somewhere? Yes, just so Bosco has record of it. Yes.
If you say banana, you can check your skin and the contract will appear.
Bosco be okay with this? Yes. I say banana, and does it just read like Bosco is not to set foot in hell ever again?
Yes, it says that like over and over and over again all over your skin.
Bosco's okay with this? Yes.
So, there was the matter of Dante Reznikov's soul. Desmik, what do you think of him? Well, with the responsibility of the killings having been put off on others, him staying here as a permanent resident is put more into question. I believe that he deserves a short sentence, but not an eternal one. And you, Drosmer. Well, I am a strong believer in the fact that, despite the vote, he is still responsible for the deaths, and I'll be voting for that accordingly. With all that's said and done, he is the one that's murdered, so he is the one to be, well, taken.
Bosco like to be pointing out that even Issue not think himself a person, yes? He be thinking of himself as weapon. And I pull out my axe. And I say, when Bosco die, are you going to put Bosco's axe on trial?
If your ex has a human soul or an alien soul, then yes.
I look at my axe, like look it up and down. Bosco actually not sure, yes? He found it in trash heap. Questions for another time, yes.
Bosco, it is your turn. Do you have any final thoughts?
Bosco be fully understanding the handyman lifestyle, yes? Is difficult to say who is at fault. Bosco be doing many jobs where he have to be killing people. Bosco just see it as job. It's not really morality, yes? And Bosco definitely be feeling the, Bosco not be knowing the word, kindred souls, yes? With Issue. He be doing job, yes? And he be doing job well. But does that mean he is bad person? No. Bosco does not think Bosco is bad person. Bosco helped many people. Bosco just also happens to know that many of those people need people dead, yes?
Understood. As for you, Dizak, well, his dreams and nightmares have been rather tasteful while he was alive. For that matter alone, as well as the fact that, well, what we've heard and who's taken responsibility, I believe he should not be condemned to hell. And I, Silek says, I have not mentioned this to any of you beforehand, but she was the one to bring about Apocalypse. We are required to have this by the laws of our land, but in order for the Apocalypse to come, he must go back to life.
Bosco not be knowing what word apocalypse mean, yes?
The end of all things.
Oh, you mean like supernova, yes?
A supernova
ending
that
many
covers the universe.
Bosco be thinking that a bad thing, yes?
In order for it to come, he must live once again.
Is there any way to be preventing, yes?
why would we want to prevent it? And if there was, why would I ever tell you?
Well, if universe be ending, you not be getting any new souls, yes?
Well, if the universe ends, there's still other universes that I take the souls of, but if it ends in the apocalypse, I get all the souls of that universe.
Okay, you be getting all of the souls in that universe, but new souls made every day, yes? Over time, you be making more souls than you be getting in the end anyway.
Not quite. If we delay it too long, then... well, the other side gets their ending.
Bosco is confused on other side. Is that just Bosco, yes? Oh, Bosco be thinking you mean heaven, yes?
In some interpretations, yes, they are called that. To be honest, my favorite name for them are the Winged Pricks.
Bosco be liking that name, yes?
Precisely.
Bosco been many winged pricks. It seemed like flying make people more asshole-ish, yes?
Yes. Yes, it does. Bosco, give me a perception check. Never mind.
Can I hero point that?
Yes. Okay, so you notice that Silik, the King of Hell, does have, like, the remnants of some torn off wings upon his back. So, is everyone ready to vote, or is there any other information that wishes to be aired?
Bosco would like to say something not as Bosco judge, yes? But as Bosco issue teammate, yes?
And what would that be?
Well, Bosco was only member of Issue's team. You did not ask if he thinks Issue would die for him.
Do you think he would?
Bosco says yes.
All the more reason to send him back to life and on the way of apocalypse. So, the vote appears before you. Should Dante Reznikov's soul remain in hell?
Before is there, like, what is around me on this chair? Is it just the chair, or is it
There's
like...
the chair, there's like some really nice comfy arm things. Your chair is a little bit elevated, maybe like 5 foot above the lava pool. Despite like the intense heat that you think would come through it, even with your helmet off, there's no real heat to it, it's just kind of cozy to you. And these are metallic walls that line the outside.
Bosco just want to be saying thank you for allowing Bosco to be here today, yes?
It was not my choice, it was Zaza's. As soon as this is done...
As I'm saying this, I'm taking out one of my business cards and I'm leaving it on the arm of the chair.
I will burn that later. So, your votes. As the others have locked in.
Send him back to life.
Okay.
Seems like a pretty open and shut case for Bosco.
Yeah, I will send you back.
So we'll
Oh
steady
shit,
talk.
oh shit, shh.
The wall of lava lowers, and the vote is revealed. 3-2, Issue goes back to life.
Yo!
To be
And
fair, Bosco
notable
knew
more-
Bosco's vote when we started, yes?
Well, then it was 2-2. I still could have lost.
That was entirely possible that had you not had the witnesses and some of the stuff that you said, then the two others that voted for you would not have voted for you.
Oh my... Oh. Class, if I may ask, what was the turning point? Was there like a particular thing that turned them, or...?
Bosco knows the reasonings and can share it with Issue whenever the time comes.
Yeah.
Issue like sighs in relief. He's still kind of fucking depressed from earlier, but he looks a bit happier.
Sebastian relaxes quite a bit.
If I may ask, on who do my sins lie?
Your sins lie split between Amelia and Marie Swan.
So if I make efforts to lessen those sins, would that also apply to them?
The good and the bad that you do throughout your life will weigh upon them. But for now, your life continues. So says
just have to
Silac, the king of hell. He snaps his fingers, and the lot of you, even Sebastian, find yourself back at the Halo field office.
Wait, why not my house?
Whoa.
Because fuck you.
Sebastian.
What about my dad?
Wow.
Hold on, let
Supposed to be
me...
like a package deal.
Sebastian isn't here yet, apparently.
Yeah, I gotta find...
Same, I don't
I
see
can't
myself
find your
either.
tokens.
Why are there 2 tokens of myself?
Yeah, listen,
That-
everyone.
I was
LeBron,
working on
calm down,
updating
calm down.
everybody's tokens before.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
it's gone. Never mind.
So, Issue sighs in relief, pulls a cigar out of his pocket, lights it up, and gives it a big old puff.
Bosco
Wait,
takes
Sebastian.
it out of his mouth and says, "Best not to be tempting death so soon, yes."
Pulls a pistol and points it in his face.
Bosco
Listen.
opens up a portal as the pistol comes out and aims it back at Issue. Remember who just be saving you, yes?
Oh, I was going to shoot that spider behind, but feel free to continue being
It's
paranoid.
Spider! Shit!
Bosco takes out a shotgun, shoots the spider.
I don't know where they are, so. Sebastian just idly puffs on his cigarette, just like watching this exchange.
So,
Thank you, Bosco.
Bosco. There you go.
Bosco be
If
needing to
I-
talk to you about some things later, yes?
wait, I didn't get Frederick. No.
Isn't Frederick in your pocket?
Bosco! Bosco also be realizing Bosco can't breathe right now. Put my helmet back on.
Sebastian just taps him on the shoulder so he can breathe
Who's
until
there?
he gets his suit back
Oh,
on.
my,
Yeah.
who just joined?
Oh,
James.
you're not
James.
late.
We literally just got out of hell.
Gosh, damn it.
Okay, like I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on what happened since you would have been there.